वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम् मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते. The last class was cut off suddenly because of some problems with my network connection. I'm really sorry about that. We'll start from where we left actually. Ikaranta pullingeshu प्रायेण सामान्य शब्दाः सर्वे अधीताः. इदानीं यत्र केषाञ्चन शब्दानां कश्चन विशेषो दृश्यते तादृशां शब्दानाम् अध्ययनं भवति. सखायम् इच्छति सखीयति इति नामधातुः. I do not know if I've used this term earlier. Namadhatu is where a dhatu is derived from a pratipadikam. यथा मया उक्तं धातवः भुवादयो धातवः इत्यनेन ये धातुसंज्ञां लभन्ते तादृशाः प्रायेण 200 धातवः सन्ति. किन्तु सनाद्यन्ता धातवः इत्यनेन सनादिप्रत्ययान्तानामपि धातुसंज्ञा विधीयते. तादृशेषु धातुषु धातुभ्यः धातवः निष्पाद्यन्ते. यथा पिबति, पातुमिच्छति, पिपासति. पिबति इति मूलधातुः शुद्धधातुः, पिपासति अथवा पिपास इति सनाद्यन्तः धातुः. एवमेव मोदते इति शुद्धधातुः मोमुदीति पुनः पुनः अथवा अतिशयेन मोदते इत्यर्थे यङ्लुगन्तः अथवा यङन्तः धातुरपि भवति. So there are different kinds of secondary dhatus. The primary dhatus are what are listed in the Bhadigana. Secondary dhatus are the dhatus which are derived using some of the suffixes called san, yang, yangluk, quip, kyach, kamyach, etc. In these dhatus there are two kinds. One is where a secondary dhatu is derived from a primary dhatu. There is also a case where the secondary dhatu is derived from a pratipadika. Such dhatus are called namadhatus. Okay. So sakhayam ichhati, sakhayam nama mitram atmanah ichhati ityarthe sakhi iti shabdat kyach pratyayah kriyate तथा सखीय इति धातुर्भवति ततः क्विप् प्रत्ययः क्रियते. कर्तृर्थे क्विप् प्रत्यये कृते धातुना प्रातिपदिकं लभ्यते. सखी इत्यस्मात् क्यच् प्रत्ययः सुपात्मनः क्यच् इत्यनेन सखीय इति दीर्घः भवति. अकृत् सार्वधातुकयोर् दीर्घः इत्यनेन सखी इति ह्रस्वान्तं दीर्घत्वेन परिणमते. सखीय इति धातुः. सनाद्यन्ता धातवः इत्यनेन अस्य धातुसंज्ञा धातुत्वे सति क्विप् च इत्यनेन कर्तृर्थे क्विप् प्रत्ययः क्रियते. सखीय क्विप्, क्विप् प्रत्यये वकार एव शिष्यते. तत्र अकारस्य सखीय इत्यत्र अन्ते यः अकारः तस्य अतोलोपः इत्यनेन लोपो भवति. आर्धधातुकोपदेशकाले यदकारान्तं तस्य अकारस्य लोपः स्यात्, तस्य लोपः स्यात् आर्धधातुके परे इति सूत्रार्थः. So this akara gets deleted by atolopah. Next, the yakara also gets deleted because of lopo vyorvali. Vakara yakarayoho vali pare lopaha. Vakara, this v is val. So having v as the nimitta, the yakara gets deleted. So you have sakhi v. Idanim kashchana prashnah अत्र स्थानिवद्भावो भवति वा? कथं स्थानिवद्भावः? अल्लोपस्य स्थानिवत्वात्. अकारः अतोलोपः इत्यनेन यः अकारः लुप्तः तस्य स्थानिवद्भावेन पुनरागतिः इति. कथं? अचः परस्मिन् पूर्वविधौ. परनिमित्तः अजादेशः. परनिमित्तः नाम प्रत्ययनिमित्तः, क्विप् प्रत्ययनिमित्तः अजादेशः. अकारस्य लोपरूपः आदेशः स्थानिवद्भवति. स्थानिभूतादचः पूर्वत्वेन दृष्टस्य विधौ कर्तव्ये. अत्र ईकारः अस्ति. ईकारः अकारात् पूर्वः. So now if we bring akara by स्थानिवद्भाव, ईकारात् अकारे परे इको एणचि इत्यनेन एण् प्राप्नोति. If akara is brought by स्थानिवद्भाव, we would have yanadesha because of or by iko enachi. We need to prevent the yanadesha. Yanadesha is not intended. Therefore, क्वौ लुप्तं न स्थानिवत्. क्वौ नाम क्विप् प्रत्यये परे यः लोपः भवति सः स्थानिवत् न भवति। क्विप् प्रत्यये कृते यो लोपः अथवा क्विप् प्रत्ययं निमित्तीकृत्य यः लोपः क्रियते सः स्थानिवत् न भवति इति सूत्रार्थः, इति वार्तिकार्थः। तेन स्थानिवद्भावो नास्ति इत्यायातं सखी व इति स्थिते वेरप्रत्ययस्य इत्यनेन तस्य लोपे सखी इति प्रातिपदिकम्, ईकारान्तं प्रातिपदिकम्. It is ikaranta and it means a person who desires to have a friend. Asya supratyaya krite kim bhavati iti prashnaha. What would happen? How would we get the rupas of this sakhi shabda? केवलस्य सखी इति ह्रस्वान्तस्य किं भवति? सखा सखायो सखायः इत्यादि रूपाणि. सुप्रत्यये परे अनङ्सौ इत्यनेन अनगादेशः क्रियते. सखी सु सखन् सु सर्वनामस्थाने च असम्बुद्धौ इत्यनेन उपधादीर्घः सखान् स् इति भवति. हल्ज्ञाभ्यो दीर्घात् श्रुतिस्य प्रक्तं हल् इत्यनेन सुलोपे सखान्, नलोपः प्रातिपदिकान्तस्य इत्यनेन नलोपे सखा इति रूपसिद्धिः ह्रस्व इवर्णान्तस्य सखी शब्दस्य. इदानीमयं दीर्घ इकारान्तः सखी शब्दः. अत्र किं भवति इति चेत् एकदेशविकृतस्य अनन्यतया अनन्यत्वे. एकदेशविकृतम् अनन्यवत् इति काचन परिभाषा विद्यते. We've seen this many times. If something is partly changed, it does not change its complete identity. If there is a small change in a particle, for example here, kim jatam prakriyayam sakhi shabdah asti. You notice we started with sakhi and the ikara gets elongated by akrit sarvadhatukayor dirgha. After that, we have not touched this part. We have done something, we have added a suffix, we have changed the suffix, so on. But this part has not been touched. From sakhi, from hrasva, we have converted to a dirgha. That is all. There has been no other change in this part. Okay? So, ekadesha vikrutam, ekadeshe, kasminchid bhage yad vikrutam, that ananyavat, anyavan na bhavati. It does not change its identity. So, even if there is a dirgha here, we still consider it as sakhi shabda. यदि सखी शब्दः इति परिगण्यते तदा किं भवति? अनङ्सौ इत्यनेन अनगादेशः भवति. सर्वनामस्थानेषु परेषु सख्युरसम्बुद्धौ इत्यनेन निद्वद्भावः भवति. These two were the specific karyas which were given for sakhi shabda, specifically for sakhi shabda. Since we are considering this sakhi also as sakhi, अस्यापि अनङ् भवति, निद्वद्भावोऽपि भवति. तेन किं? सुप्रत्यये परे सखा. एवं औ प्रत्यये कृते सखी औ स्थिते सख्युरसम्बुद्धौ इत्यनेन निद्वद्भावः. निद्वद्भावे सति अचोणिति इत्यनेन वृद्धौ सखै औ. ततः एचोयवायावः इत्यनेन आयादेशे सखायौ सखायः. सखा सखायो सखायः इति यथा सखी शब्दस्य तथैव सखी शब्दस्यापि भवति. संबोधने किं भवति? सखी शब्दस्य संबोधने किं रूपं, कथं प्रक्रिया? Take the original sakhi shabda. What was its rupa in sambodhana and how was that rupa derived? Anybody? Sakhi shabdasya kim rupam bhavati? Sambodhanam prathama vibhaktau. Hello. What is the rupa? Forget the prakriya. Kim rupam? Sakha sakhayo sakhayah. He हे सखे इति रूपं. यथा हे हरे तथा हे सखे प्रक्रिया का what would be the prakriya for हे सखे so ह्रस्वस्य गुणः इत्यनेन गुणो भवति right हे सखी स इति स्थिते ह्रस्वस्य गुणः इत्यनेन गुणे कृते हे सखे स इति भवति हे सखे स इति स्थिते एङ् ह्रस्वात् सम्बुद्धेः इत्यनेन सम्बुद्धिलोपे हे सखे so you should notice that this karya is not intended for sakhi shabda right it says ह्रस्वस्य गुणः यत्र ह्रस्वः अस्ति तत्र भवति अत एव हरि शब्दस्यापि भवति हे हरे पति शब्दस्यापि भवति हे पते so such karya will not apply here whatever was told specifically for sakhi shabdasya eva vishishyataya yaduktam tat karyam bhavati kuto bhavati ekadeshavikrutasya ananyatvat kintu anyat nimittam ashritya yad karyam bhavati tadatra na pravartate since this is not the hrasva ह्रस्वस्य गुणः इति गुणो न भवति तदभावे हे सखी स इति स्थिते ऋत्वं विसर्गः ससजुषोरुः खरवसानयोर्विसर्जनीयः इति कृते हे सखीः इति रूपम् सखा सखायौ सखायः हे सखीः हे सखायौ हे सखायः सखी अम् इत्यत्र किं भवति इति प्रश्नः what is the situation in सखी अम् अमिपूर्वः इत्यनेन आदौ पूर्वरूपं प्राप्नोति तद्बाधित्वा अचिष्णुधातुभ्रुवां योर् इयङ् उवङौ इत्यनेन इयङादेशः प्राप्नोति तदपि बाधित्वा एरनेकाचो संयोगपूर्वस्य because this has धातु संज्ञा this is इवर्णान्तः धातुः संयोगपूर्वकत्वं नास्ति अनेकाचङ्गम् अस्ति इत्यतः एरनेकाचो संयोगपूर्वस्य इत्यनेन यण् प्राप्नोति सख्युरसम्बुद्धौ इत्यनेन निद्वद्भावः प्राप्नोति so what should we do here सखी अम् इति स्थिते निद्वद्भावः करणीयो वा एरनेकाचः इत्यनेन यणादेशः करणीयो वा इति प्रश्नः अमि पूर्वरूपात् परत्वाद् यणि प्राप्ते आदौ अमिपूर्वः इत्यनेन पूर्वरूपं प्राप्नोति तद्बाधित्वा परत्वात् विप्रतिषेधे परं कार्यम् इत्युक्तत्वात् एरनेकाचो संयोगपूर्वस्य इति यणादेशः प्राप्नोति ततोपि परत्वात् यणादेशादपि परत्वात् यणादेशः अस्ति I think 6-4 is एरनेकाचो संयोगपूर्वस्य 6-3 or 6-4 ततोपि परत्वात् सख्युरसम्बुद्धौ which is सप्तमाध्यायस्य प्रथमपादे विद्यते परत्वात् सख्युरसम्बुद्धौ इति प्रवर्तते तेन किं भवति सखी अम् इति स्थिते सख्युरसम्बुद्धौ इति निद्वद्भावः अचोणिति इति वृद्धिः एचोयवायावः इति आयादेशः सखायम् इति रूपम् सखायं सखायौ आफ्टर दिस सर्वनामस्थानेषु सख्युरसम्बुद्धौ इति निद्वद्भावः तदनन्तरं सर्वत्र एरनेकाचो संयोगपूर्वस्य इति यणादेशः शसि यण् सख्यः so सखी शब्दस्य किं भवति this सखी शब्दस्य रूपाणि आदौ सर्वनामस्थानेषु परेषु इकारान्त सखी शब्दवद् रूपाणि everywhere else अजादिषु प्रत्ययेषु परेषु एरनेकाचो संयोगपूर्वस्य इति यणादेशः ईकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः सखी शब्दः सखायम् इच्छति इत्यर्थे सखी शब्दः निष्पन्नः तस्य सखा सखायौ सखायः सखायं सखायौ सर्वनामस्थानेषु एकदेशविकृतन्यायेन एकदेशविकृतम् अनन्यवत् इति उक्तत्वात् सखी शब्दस्य यत् कार्यम् अनगादेशः निद्वद्भावो वा भवति तेन रूपं भिद्यते अनन्तरम् अन्यत्र अजादिषु प्रत्ययेषु सखी अस् इति स्थिते एरनेकाचो संयोगपूर्वस्य इति यणादेशः सख्यः सख्या सखिभ्यां सखीभ्यां सखीभिः सख्ये सखीभ्यां सखीभ्यः इत्यादि नोटिस सख्योः सख्यां सखी सख्योः सर्वत्र यणादेशः नसिगसोः विशेषः सखी अस् इत्यस्ति एरनेकाचो संयोगपूर्वस्य इत्यनेन यण् क्रियते सख्यस् इति भवति यणादेशे कृते ख्यत्यात् परस्य if you remember this sutra this was also studied in sakhi shabda krita yanadeshabhyam khi shabdabhyam ti shabdabhyam cha parasya nasigasoho atipare uttam bhavati ukarah ekadeshah bhavati iti sutrarthah you have sakhi as sakhyas ityasti yanadeshe krite tatra uttam bhavati you convert the akara to ukara therefore it becomes sakhyuhu like we had in sakhi shabda here also it becomes sakhyuhu iti visheshah so the special thing is in sarvanamasthana we have anangadesha and iddadbhava and in ngasi and ngas pratyaya we have uttam by khyatyaat parasya anyatra sarvatra eranekacho sanyoga purvasya iti yanadeshah so this is one type of sakhi shabda but there is also another sakhi shabda saha khena vartate iti sakha khena kham nama akasham ambaram sky is called kha khena saha vartate that which is always in the sky say a bird could be it is called sakha this is an akaranta pullinga word sakha khena saha vartate iti sakha sakham ichhati the previous one was sakhi sakhayam ichhati iti sakhihi iti sakha atra tu saha khena vartate iti sakha tam ichhati ityarthe punah sakha shabdat kyach pratyah kriyate kyach pratyaye krite itvam bhavati sakhiya iti sanadyantah dhatuh tasmat kvi pratyaye krite sakhi iti pratipadikam so this is the second way of deriving the pratipadikam where you do kyach but kyach is not for sakhi shabda it is for sakha shabda sakha shabdat kyach pratyaye krite punah kvi pratyaye krite api sakhi iti rupam bhavati okay sukham ichhati iti sukhihi sukham is happiness pleasure sukham ichhati ityarthepi namadhatuh tatah kvipi sukhi iti rupam sutam ichhati iti sutihi so these are all very similar words so he treats all three of them together sakhihi sukhihi sutihi iti prathama ekavachane this sakhi shabda will not get anang because this is not derived from sakhi where it was originally derived from sakhi shabda tatra ekadesha vikrita nyayena anangadesho bhavati atra tu sakhi shabda eva nasti therefore there is no anang you do sakhi su rutvam visargah sakhihi sukhihi sutihi sakhyau sukhyau sutyau sakhi au dusthite nidvadbhavopi na bhavati eranekacho sanyoga purvasya ityanena yanadeshah sakhyau sukhyau sutyau so for all three words it is yan adesha everywhere khyatyaat parasya iti dirghasyapi grahanat ukarah as I told in ngasi and ngas khi ti when we are saying khyatya it was considered both hrasva and dirgha kakara with the yanadesha is considered in khyatyaat parasya therefore if you notice in all three words there is a khi and a which becomes khya or in sutihi there is a ti ya which becomes tya khyatyaat parasya ityanena akarasya ukare sakhyuhu sukhyuhu sutyuhu iti rupani okay so as I said the original framework remains the same if it is a dhatu you get eranekacho sanyoga purvasya enadesha here Dikshita is only dealing with something special what is special in this case is only the utva in case of khyatyaat parasya right so this was the other sakhi shabda which we saw in ikarantah pullingah sakhi shabdah sakham ichhati it is not sakhayam ichhati sakham ichhati iti sakhi iti sthite sarvatra ajadishu pratyayeshu eranekacho sanyoga purvasya iti yanadeshah so this is the common framework the special thing is only in ngasi and nas panchamyam shashtham cha visheshah khyatyaat parasya ityanena utve sakhyuhu इति रूपं भवति. Clear? Any questions? No? Okay. Agre gachamah. Come to the last part of ikarantas. Lunam ichhati iti lunihi. Luna, how do we derive luna? Lui lavane iti dhatuhu. Lui means to cut. Okay. So lui dhatuhu. Tasmat kta pratyayah kriyate. Bhute ktaha. Yatha पठति इत्यस्य पठितम् इति भूते एवं गच्छति इत्यस्य गतः इति एवमेव क्तप्रत्ययः क्रियते. निष्ठा इति सूत्रेण भूतकाले क्तप्रत्ययः लूत इति अस्ति. इदानीं तकारस्य स्थाने नकारः आदेशः क्रियते. लूत इति स्थिते लून इति भवति. ल्वादिभ्यः इति सूत्रेण निष्ठायां नत्वं भवति. The takara is converted to a nakara by the sutra called Dvadibhyaha. That is how you get luna. Luna means that which is cut. Okay? Lu chedane athava lu lavane iti dhatuhu. Actually, it should be lu chedane. Okay. So, asmad dhatuhu kta pratyaye luna iti kta pratyayanta shabdaha. Lunam ichhati. He who likes something which has been cut. Ityarthe. Luna ityasmat kyach pratyayah kriyate. Kyach, similarly as we saw, supaatmanah kyach ityanena kyach pratyayah. Luna ya ityasti. Kyachicha ityanena itve luni ya iti dhatuhu. Asmad dhatuhu kripcha ityanena krip pratyayah. This prakriya is all the same. You do kyach and then you do krip. What you are doing is you are getting a pratipadika samya for it. Kvip pratyaya parataha akara lopaha yakara lopaha. Just like we saw just now in Sakhi, here also luni v vakarasya vera pratyasya ityanena valope luni iti ikarantam pratipadikam. Supratyaya pare rutvam visargaha lunihi iti bhavati. Why he brought this? Okay. There are two other words. Kshamam ichhati iti kshamihi. Very similar. Kshay kshaye iti dhatuhu. Asmad dhatuhu kshay ityasya ksha aikarasya atvam bhavati adecha upadesheshiti iti sutrena. Ksha ityasmat nishtha ityanena kta pratyayah. Atra takarasya sthane makaradesho bhavati. The ta is replaced by ma here by the sutra kshayomaha. So you have kshama. From kshama you get kshami. Like you got luni, you have kshami iti ikarantam pratipadikam. There is one more. Prastimam ichhati iti prastimihi. Styai shabda sanghate iti dhatuhu. Pra iti upasargate styai dhatuhu. Atrapi atvam bhavati nishtha iti kta pratyayah. तस्य क्तप्रत्ययस्य स्थाने मकारादेशः. प्रस्त्योन्यतरस्याम् इति सूत्रेण म प्रस्त्याम इत्यस्ति. यकारस्य स्थाने सम्प्रसारणं क्रियते. प्रस्ति सम्प्रसारणाच्च इति पूर्वरूपे प्रस्तिम. तस्य दीर्घे प्रस्तीम. प्रस्तीमम् इच्छति इति कृते तीमी इति ईकारान्तम्. So all this prakriya is not needed now. Don't worry about the details of the prakriya. You just have to notice one part. The only thing you have to notice in all these things is ta pratyayasya sthane, takarasya sthane makarah kritah. In prastima, the ta has been replaced by ma. In previous one, kshama, shamihi ityatrapi takarasya sthane makaradeshah kritah. Lunihi ityasya ityatra takarasya sthane nakaradeshah kritah. Right? So notice that it is ta which is being replaced by na, and also notice that the replacement is done by a sutra in the tripadi. Lvadibhyaha iti sutram takarasya sthane nakaradeshah. Lvadibhyaha iti sutrena tripadyam vidyate. 8 to 44. Similarly, ksha ta तकारस्य स्थाने मकारादेशः क्षायोमः इति सूत्रेण तदपि त्रिपाद्यां वर्तते अष्टमाध्यायस्य द्वितीयपादे अत्रापि प्रस्त्योन्यतरस्याम् इति तकारस्य स्थाने मकारादेशः अष्टमाध्यायस्य तृतीयपादे त्रिपाद्याम् अस्ति व्हाट इज द स्पेशलिटी ऑफ त्रिपादी त्रिपाद्याम् अस्ति चेत् को विशेषः हेमा
The sutras, they have to go in order because the first sutra doesn't know the second one exists. Purvatra siddham. Purvatra asiddham.
पूर्वत्र असिद्धम् पूर्वत्र असिद्धम् इत्यनेन सपादसप्ताध्यायीं प्रति त्रिपादी असिद्धा इति उक्तम् therefore if there is some sutra in the sapadasaptadhyayi it will not know that the switch, the takara has been switched to makara or nakara, right? So since these sutras which convert takara to makara are in the asiddha kanda, in the tripadi, whatever sutras are present in the sapadasaptadhyayi will not realize that the switch has occurred. As far as they are concerned, there is a takara here, right? Prastya ta takara eva asti iti भवति तेषां सूत्राणां दृष्ट्या सपादसप्ताध्यायीस्य सूत्राणां दृष्ट्या अत्र तकारः अस्ति तकारः अस्ति चेत् किं भवति येषां नसिंहसोः यण् इदानीं लूनी अस् इत्यस्ति sorry excuse me लूनी अस् अथवा क्षामी अस् प्रस्तीमी अस् इत्यस्ति सर्वत्र नसिंहसोः परयोः यणादेशः क्रियते लून्यस् क्षाम्यस् प्रस्तीम्यस् इति भवति okay sorry लून्यस् नसिंहसोः यणादेशे कृते लून्यस् क्षाम्यस् प्रस्तीम्यस् इत्यस्ति यथा उक्तं तकारस्य नकारादेशः मकारादेशो वा असिद्धः since it is asiddha sapadasaptadhyayi thinks that there is a takara if there is a takara the rupa would be lutya kshamya kshatya or prastitya when that is the case khyatyaat parasya kritayanadeshabhyam khiki shabdabhyam ti shabdabhyam if there is a ti which has gotten yanadesha like we saw in patyuh atrapi ukaradeshah bhavati the whole point is since the conversion of takara to nakara or makara is asiddha for khyatyaat parasya there is a takara here if there is a takara khyatyaat parasya will apply and convert it to a ukara natva matvayohu asiddhatvat khyatyaat parasya iti utvam lunyuh kshamyuh prastimyuh okay. So if this nakara or makara were seen by khyatyaat parasya the ukara would not have happened because there is no tya or khya tyat parasya ityuchyate khya ityapi nasti tya ityapi nasti tathapi asya nakarasya makarasya cha asiddhatvat since khyatyaat parasya does not know the conversion of takara to na or ma, it considers that there is a takara and converts the akara to u. Tena panchamyam shashthyam cha lunyuhu kshamyuhu prastimyuhu iti rupani. Okay. There are two other cases very similar. He says shushkiyatehe kripu shusha dhatuhu tasmat kta pratyayah shush ta iti sthite shushah kaha ityanena takarasya sthane kakarah kriyate shushkam iti bhavati. Just like we saw that the ta was replaced by na and ma there, here the ta is replaced by ka. Shushah kaha ityanena katvam bhavati. Pakvihi pachati ityasya kta pratyaye pachovaha ityanena takarasya sthane vakaradeshah kriyate. Pakvam means that which has been cooked. Okay. So in these two cases also, you see that the ta has been converted in one case to ka and in the other to va. The question is, will khyatiyat parasya operate here also? Atrapi khyatiyat parasya iti utvam bhavati va iti prashnah. Tadartham vadati saha iyang shushkihi ityasti au pratyaye krite iyang adeshah bhavati. Shushki au achishnu dhatu bhuvam yor iyang umangau ityanena iyang adeshah. Shushkiyau shushkiyah evam pakviyau pakviyah. Why iyang? Why not yan? In lunihi we do yan. Lunihi lunyau lunyah. Kshamihi kshamyau kshamyah. Atra kimartham yanadeshah na kriyate. Why are we not applying yan here? एरनेकाचो संयोगपूर्वस्य इत्यनेन यणादेशः कुतो न भवति.
Because the long E is preceded by the consonant.
इकारः संयोगपूर्वः. सूत्रार्थः भवति धात्ववयव संयोगपूर्वो न भवति अ इकारः. यत्र इवर्णात् प्राक् संयोगः विद्यते तत्र एणादेशो न भवति. तस्मात् इयङ्. शुष्कियौ शुष्कियः संयोगपूर्वकत्वात् न यण्. यणः अभावे ह्यत्यात् परस्य इति उत्वमपि न भवति. किमुक्तं? कृतयणादेशाभ्यां हिखी शब्दाभ्यां तिथि शब्दाभ्यां यत्र यणादेशः अस्ति तत्रैव उत्वमपि भवति. Since this cannot get yan, अत्र उत्वमपि न भवति. शुष्की अस् स्थिते अचिष्णु धातु भ्रुवाम् इत्यनेन इयङादेशे शुष्कियस् ऋत्वं विसर्गः शुष्कियः इत्यादि. So since there is no yan, khyatiyat parasya will also not apply. Even if it thinks there is ta or va, there is ta in place of ka or va, tathapi khyatiyat parasya ityasya pravrittihi na bhavati कृतयणादेशत्वा भावात्. Nothing asoho shushkiyah pakviyah ityadi. Okay, so that ends ikaranta pullingas. Any questions so far? Okay. There was a question by Ravi Chandranji which I left them. What is the difference in meaning between sakhayam ichchati and sakham ichchati? Well, sakhayam ichchati ityukte mitram ichchati, he who wants a friend. Sakham, sakhaha nama mitram iti nasti. Sakha does not mean a friend. Sakha means somebody who is with or in the sky always. One of the meanings is a bird. So one who desires a bird would be sakham ichchati.
How about sakhiyam ichchati? Sakhiyam ichchati?
There is no sakhiyam ichchati. There is one sakhayam ichchati.
Okay, so only two, sakhayam ichchati or sakham ichchati?
And sakham ichchati, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So now, ikaranta pullingas have actually taken a long time, right? We've been studying this since a long time, and there are so many words, so many unfamiliar words that there tends to be a confusion. But actually, it's very simple. when you consider ikaranta pullingas as a whole, you have to make a difference between what are the types, what are the basic types which exist, and what would be the sutra which would apply for that type. Okay. Ikaranta pullingaha. Tatra prathamaha vidhaha bhavati anadi samyakaha adhatuhu. In the first type, there is no nadi samya and there is no dhatu. They are the two important factors which need to be considered here. Does it have a nadi samya? Does it have a dhatu? Ikarantaha pullingaha ityukte adau tadeva vicharyam. Nadi samya asti va dhatutvam asti va iti prashnaha. Prathama vidhe. In the first type of ikaranta pullingas, nadi samya api na bhavati, dhatutvam api na bhavati. Okay. Tada kim bhavati iti chet iko enachi iti enadeshaha. सर्वत्र इको एणचि इत्यनेन एण् भवति अमि अम् प्रत्यये द्वितीया विभक्तौ एकवचने अमि पूर्वः इति पूर्वरूपं भवति शस् प्रत्यये परे प्रथमयोः पूर्वसवर्णदीर्घः इति पूर्वसवर्ण. These are all like we had. It's a very general sutra, nothing specific for ikarantas. Now savarnadीर्घः नि प्रत्यये कृते यथा वातप्रमी इ इत्यस्ति चेत् अकसवर्णे दीर्घः इत्यनेन सवर्णदीर्घः. Only very general sutras apply. If you see, there is nothing specific here, no new sutra. Kim udaharanam aunadikaha vataprami shabdaha. This was the first word which we studied. Vatam pramimite. Vatapramihi iti sutrena I pratyayah bhavati. Vatapra ma dhatohu I pratyayah bhavati. Asya nadi samya nasti. Strilingatva bhavat nadi samya nasti. Dhatutvam api nasti. Kim bhavati? Only this. Everywhere, generally there is a yanadesha. In am, shas and ni, there are purarupa, purasvarnadikha and savarnadikha. Okay, that is one type where the word is has neither nadi samya nor a dhatu samya. Dvitiyaha vidhaha kaha. Nadi samya asti, dhatutvam nasti. Right? Yes. Nitya strilingatvat, use triakshau nadi. इवर्ण वर्णान्तौ नित्य स्त्रीलिंगौ नदी संज्ञौ स्तः. ओके, नित्य स्त्रीलिंगत्वम् अस्ति चेत् नदी संज्ञा भवति, धातुत्वं नास्ति. तदा किं भवति? नदी संज्ञा प्रयुक्तानि कार्याणि भवन्ति. कानि तानि इति चेत् सम्बुद्धि ह्रस्वः, अम्बार्थ नद्योर् ह्रस्वः इत्यनेन सम्बुद्धौ ह्रस्वः क्रियते. ङित्सु आडागमः, आण् नद्याः इत्यनेन ङितां प्रत्ययानाम् आडागमः भवति. आम प्रत्यये ह्रस्वनद्यापो नुट् इत्यनेन नुडागमः भवति. ङेरां नद्यां निभ्यः इत्यनेन ङेः आमादेशो भवति. These are all karyas which depend on nadi samya. यदि पदस्य नदी संज्ञा अस्ति तर्हि एतानि कार्याणि भवन्ति. अन्यत्र other than these, इको एणचि इति एणादेशः. Just like we had in the previous case, there would be एण् by इको एणचि, पूर्वरूपा पूर्वसवर्णदीर्घ सवर्णदीर्घ as it applies. Now savarnadीर्घः न भवति. Sorry, because हि प्रत्यये परे आम इति आदेशः क्रियते. Right? So this one part is wrong. नि ङेः आमादेशः न भवति. नदी संज्ञायाः सत्वात्, sorry, हि प्रत्यये परे सवर्णदीर्घः न भवति आमादेशस्य कृतत्वात्. किमुदाहरणं? बहुश्रेयसी. बह्व्यः श्रेयस्यः यस्य सः. श्रेयसी इति नित्यस्त्रीलिङ्गत्वात् नदी संज्ञा अस्ति. Okay. Similarly, अतिलक्ष्मीः, अत्रापि नदी संज्ञा अस्ति. So in both these cases, these are the things which happen. Between these two, there is only one difference. In bahushreyasi, there is sulopa because of nyantatvat. Halnyabhyo dirghat sutisya praktam hal ityanena sulopo bhavati. Atilakshmihi ityatra anyantatvat. Ni pratyantatva bhavat sulopo na bhavati. These two actually belong to the same type. The only difference is sulopa or not having sulopa. Yeah? So the second type where there is nadi samya prayuktani karyani bhavanti, iko enachi iti enadesho bhavati, purva rupam purva savarnadīrghascha bhavatah. Tritiya kaha, nadi samya nasti dhatutvam asti. So it's just a permutation between these two. Okay? So there is no nadi samya, but it is a dhatu. And what kind of a dhatu? a dhatu ending in ikara asanyoga purvaka ivarnantaha dhatuhu anekach angam. So, I mean, you should know why these adjectives are needed. Obviously, because in such a case, if the dhatu is of this kind, nadi samya nasti dhatuhu asti. Dhatuhu yadi ivarnantaha asanyoga purvakaha anekach angam bhavati, tada kim bhavati? Sarvatra ajadishu pratyayeshu eranekacho sanyoga purvasya iti yanadesho bhavati. Everywhere you do end. There is no purva rupa, no purva savarna dirgha, no savarna dirgha. Everywhere blanket yanadesha eranekacho sanyoga purvasya iti sutrena. Yadi प्रातिपदिकस्य नदी संज्ञा नास्ति धातु संज्ञा अस्ति कीदृशः धातुः ईदृशः असंयोगपूर्वकः इवर्णान्तः अनेकाजङ्गम् तदा सर्वत्र एरनेकाचो संयोगपूर्वस्य इति यणादेशो भवति. No other karya will happen. उदाहरणं प्रधीः प्रध्यायति इति प्रधीः वातप्रमीः क्विबन्तः. If you remember, vataprami is of two types. One is aunadika e pratyayantaha. Saha prathama vidhe antarbhavati. It belongs to the first type. If it is a kvibanta of mi dhatu, since there is an ikaranta dhatu, it belongs to the third type. Similarly, you have unnihi, unnayati. Gramanihi, gramam nayati. Sarvatra nadi samya nasti dhatutvam asti. So everywhere there is eranekacho sanyoga purvasya iti yanadeshaha. Okay, that's all. But if there is ni shabda, there is a special thing. Nye hai amadeshaha. Nyeram nadyam nibhyaha yuktatvat. If it is ni shabda, other than yanadesha, there is only one specific karya, which is the amadesha for ni. Other than that, all these words belong to the same type. Nadi samya nasti dhatutvam asti. Chaturtha vidhe kim bhavati? Nadi samyapi asti dhatutvam asti. So the fourth type is where there is both, it has nadi samya and it has dhatu. Dhatu samya, and the dhatu is of the same type. Asanyoga purvakaha ikaraha aneka jangam. Tada kim bhavati? Nadi samya prayuktani karyani. Sambuddhiha svaha itam adagamaha आमो नुडागमः ज्ञेः आमादेशः इति नदी संज्ञा प्रयुक्तानि तानि कार्याणि भवन्ति. धातुत्व प्रयुक्तः यणादेशः एरनेकाचो संयोगपूर्वस्य इत्यनेन यणादेशो भवति. You just club whatever we saw in the second type and third type, we club it, you have the fourth one where you have both nadi samya and dhatutva. उदाहरणं कुमारी कुमारीम् आत्मनः इच्छति इत्यर्थे कुमारी इति रूपम्. अत्र स्त्रीलिङ्गत्वात् नदी संज्ञा विद्यते, धातुत्वात् धातुत्वमप्यस्ति सदादिप्रत्ययान्तत्वात्. Okay. Similarly, प्रकृष्टाधीः यस्य सः इति कृतेपि धीः इत्यस्य नित्यस्त्रीलिङ्गत्वात् नदी संज्ञा विद्यते, धातुत्वमप्यस्ति. In both these cases, you do both nadi samya prayukta karya and dhatutva prayukta karya. Again, the difference between these two is sulopa. Kumari ityasya yantatvat sulopo bhavati, prathihi ityatra yantatva bhavat sulopo na bhavati. Yes, this is the fourth type where there is both nadi samya and there is a dhatutva. Okay? So first type is where there is neither nadi samya nor dhatutva. Second, where there is nadi samya but no dhatu samya. Third, where there is no nadi samya but dhatu samya. And the fourth, where there is both. Okay. These are the four types. Similarly, same thing, the third and fourth gets repeated. If the dhatu is not of this type, yadi sanyoga purvakatvam asti athava ekach bhavati, tada kim bhavati? Anadi samyakaha. This is a complementary to the third type, where nadi samya nasti dhatutvam asti किंतु कीदृशो धातुः संयोगपूर्वकः इकारः भवितुमर्हति, एकाच् अंगं भवितुमर्हति, गतिकारकेतरपूर्वकः. Remember the vartika, गतिकारकेतरपूर्वपदस्य यण् नेष्यते. If it has something other than gati or karaka as the purvapada, there would be no yण्. Or if it is sudhi shabda, where nabhu sudhiyohu iti yanah nishedho bhavati. So this is a case where yan will not apply due to different reasons. It might be negated by nabhusudhiyoho, or the conditions might not be satisfied, the conditions for yan. So if such a dhatu is there, yanah sthane yang adesho bhavati. That is all. Instead of yan, you have yang. Ajadishu pratyayeshu achishnu dhatu bhruvam ityanena yang adesho bhavati. So it's just instead of yan, you have yang and no other difference. So the difference is only in the dhatu. If it has dhatu samya, you have to check will it get yan or will it get yang. Everything else will remain the same. Kimudaharanam. Nihi. Nihi niyau niyaha. Atra ekachitvat. Since the anga is ekach, eranekacho sanyoga purvasya iti yanadesho na bhavati. Iyang adeshaha. Nihi niyau niyaha. Sushrihi yavakrihi sanyoga purvakatvat. Shri kri iti sanyogo vidyate ivarnat prak. Tasmat atrapi yanadesho na bhavati. Iyang sushrihi sushriyau sushriyaha. Yavakrihi yavakriyau yavakriyaha. Sudhihi इत्यस्य किमस्ति अत्रापि नभोसुधियोः इति यणः निषिद्धत्वात् इयं भवति शुष्कीः पक्वीः इदानीम् अधीतं संयोगपूर्वकत्वात् यण् न भवति इयम् आदेशः. So everywhere if there is no nadi samya and if it is a dhatu, you have achishnu dhatu bhruvam ityanena iyang adesho bhavati. Evameva all other words which we studied today. Sakhayam ichhati iti sakhi, sakha, and you have sakhihi, sakhamichhati iti sakhihi, sukhamichhati iti sukhihi, sutihi, lunihi, kshamihi, pratstimihi. Sarvatra, everywhere you have yang. Oh, sorry, this is all you have yan. I'm very sorry. I should not have included this here. All these belong to the previous case, to the third type, where there is yanadesha, right? So they are all dhatus. Sarvatra dhatu samya asti, nadi samya nasti, yanadeshastu bhavati. So they belong to the third type. Yadi yan nishiddhaha, tarhi atra panchame vidhe antarbhavati. In the last type, it has both nadi samya and dhatu samya. And the dhatu is of the type where there is no yan. संयोगपूर्वक इकारः एकाजङ्गं गतिकारकेतरपूर्वपदो वा धातुः तदा किं भवति नदी संज्ञा प्रयुक्तानि कार्याणि सम्बुद्धिह्रस्वः आडागम नुडागमौ आमादेशः धातुत्वप्रयुक्तः इयङादेशः. Since yan cannot apply, you have iyang. An example of this type is shuddhadhihi paramadhihi where as you notice, since yan is not there and dhi shuddhadhihi ityatra strilingatvat nadi samyapi vidyate, so shuddhadhihi shuddhadhiyau shuddhadhiyah, paramadhihi paramadhiyau paramadhiyah. Evameva duddhihi vrishchikabhihi. As we argued, durdhihi, there is no gati samya for dur with respect to dhi. Vrishchikabhihi ityatrapi apadana karakatvam na vivakshitam. Tena sarvatra iyangadesha eva bhavati. So all these have both nadi samya and dhatutva. So that is all about ikaranta pullingas. Only two things are to check. Check if there is nadi samya. Next, check if it is a dhatu. Okay. Nadi samya prayuktani karyani sambuddhi hrasva adagama nudagama amadeshaha. Dhatutva prayuktaha yan athava iyang. Will it be yan or iyang? You have to decide looking at the type of dhatu. So apart from it, there could be some special karyas somewhere, but this is the basic of ikaranta pullingas. Any questions? Okay, so from next class we start with ukarantas. So ukarantaha, that will be much easier. Always the ikaranta pullingas tends to, first thing, the shabdas are not familiar. That is why it gets a bit boring after a while. And also, there are different types. If you go to ikarantas, there is only one Hari, Sakhi, Pati. I mean, there were others, but main types were very little. But here you see that there are different types where you have to think a bit. So that is why it might seem a bit difficult in the beginning, but it's okay. I mean, as we go on, it will excuse me, please. Bhavan Samashan. Okay. So that's about ikarantas. We'll start with ukarantas in the next class. Before that, I just wanted to ask people something. And this, the timing of 8 to 9, it's a bit difficult to, I mean, it's being a bit difficult to fit into schedule because classes keep getting cancelled due to various reasons. So I was wondering how many of you could attend if I shifted the class to early morning IST. In Indian time, we are having it IST, this is 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So if the class were IST 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., how many of you would be able to attend still? Would it be possible at that time? Okay. 3 people say yes, the others. Okay. 4. Wednesday and Thursday, there is another by Satish. At what time, Hema? Just a second.
Yeah, evening 6 to 8 our time, which is 7:30. Maybe it should be okay. I think. Because your Indian time is 5 to 6. That means our 6:30 in the evening. So Satish ji's class is there from 6 on Wednesday and 5:45 on Thursday.
Okay, so we'll have to check and adjust with those timings. I mean, I'll have to look at the webinar timings also.
Correct.
But okay, if it is, if Satish ji's class is not there.
Yeah, Thursday probably it won't clash because your class is only on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right?
3 days a week. Yeah.
Yeah. And Monday there is another teacher using the same webinar, Dr. Raja.
So there might be a timing clash, right? So I'll have to look at that. I'll look at the timings of the webinar.
Yeah, you may have to ask Kalpesh. Yeah.
So I'll look at the timings, but I just wanted to know what is the convenience of students' timings. So in webinar, we'll see later what will happen. So yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise.
Oh, sorry.
No, I just said otherwise it's fine.
Okay.
If there is no clash, it should be okay. Yeah.
Okay. So. Okay. Nobody else. Sadagopanji.
Hello?
see. Hello.
Hello?
Huh.
It's okay with me. It's anytime it's okay with me.
Okay. Thank you. So the days actually I don't mind shifting or not shifting. I just want to know the time because it should not clash with one thing, the webinar timing. And even if you manage a webinar somehow, I think many people, at least a couple of people here are also attending Satishji's classes. So I don't want to put it in a way to clash with his class. So I'll talk to Ravi or Kalpesh and we'll see. I'll inform you on the regarding the timings. Okay, Tuesday, Friday there is no clash. Okay, so maybe Tuesday, Friday, that's fine. So we'll see. Then I'll talk to the others and let you all know. Monday also no clash. Is sure. I think Vasuji said there is somebody else is taking on Monday. Right? Somebody else is using the webinar on Monday. So okay, anyway, I'll look at this and I'll tell you. So I guess yeah. So for now we'll stop here. I'll inform you all in the next class about change in timings, if any. Okay. येना अक्षर समाम नायमधिगम्य महेश्वर तत्सम्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते Sadagopanji?
The contemplated change in timings is the days will remain Monday, Wednesday and Friday only, but maybe in the morning.
It will be in the morning, but the days I'm not yet sure because at the same time this webinar is used by Satishji in America to teach his classes. So the service is shared. So I'll have to make sure that the classes won't clash. So
but the timing may be 5 to 6 in the morning.
5 to 6 is ideal for me. So let's see if it will work out. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, somebody else? Chaitanya? Hello? Okay. There's no microphone. Okay. Well, then we'll see it. Okay. As of now, Monday class is in the evening. The change will be intimated to you later. Okay.